So how are you? My name is Sandler Francois of Premier Life Solutions, a division of Premier Paralegal. I hope you're having a great day and this finds you in the best of spirits. So let's get into it. So this is part one of how to file an uncontested divorce fast, quick, and easy. Part one, how to file your summons with notice. So who's this for? Who is this video for? It's not for everyone. It's for you if you've already hired someone, or it's for you if you've already started your own divorce, preparing your own paperwork, or you've hired a great service like ours, Premier Life Solutions, to prepare the divorce for you, and you've elected to save time and to save money to file your own divorce. So that means you must already have a properly filled out summons with notice. It looks like this. Take a look at each page. It should look something like this. It should look very similar to this. If it doesn't, you should take a very close look at it. You should take it back to the person who prepared it for you, or just as well take it to a professional like us to look over it for you. I think it'll be of great help for you to make sure you don't have any hiccups or any interruptions in the long run. So why am I doing this? Why is this important? Because, like I said earlier, making the decision to get divorced should be the hardest part of the entire process. It's better than you going ahead, hiring an attorney, and getting ripped off. There are great attorneys out there, but there are many that will just rip you off and try to play games with your emotions. Or going to an online service. While I'm sure some of them are great, they're not like dealing with someone one-on-one that can explain this to you. Or another paralegal service where they're not quite as experienced the same way we are. We've been in this over 10 years, and more importantly than us being in it 10 years is you making sure this one divorce or this second divorce, or who knows where you are in the process in terms of getting married and getting divorced, that you make sure this one gets done right. And no one plays games with your money, no one plays games with your time, and no one plays games with your emotions. So it's very important that you understand that the reason why this is important for you to watch is to make sure it's being done. Even if someone else is doing the entire process for you. It's no different than going to the mechanic, I like to say. You may not be the one working on your car, but if you understand the language, if you understand the pieces to this whole process, you'll be able to understand what you're being told. And then your spirit can tell you whether you're being led on the right track or you've been steered wrong from the beginning. First, as I stated before and I showed you earlier, you need a properly prepared summons with notice. Second, money. You need to make sure you have the money. The court is not going to accept your filing if you don't have the money, and the money specifically is $210. Third, you need the time. You need the time to head down to the court so you can spend time traveling, going to the court, making sure you're not rushing, and you pay them their fee, you get the proper receipt, and you get your case number. Your case number is also known as your index number. That's what properly gets your divorce started in the court system. So main tools that you need are those three simple tools, and you also need some patience because sometimes the court may be busy that day. The court accepts cash or money orders in each and every court throughout all of New York State. You may want to check ahead. Some courts, like the one in Manhattan, New York County, they accept debit or credit card. They do accept debit or credit cards, so just be mindful. Let's go back for a second. How do you know which court you need to go to? You don't go to the family court. You don't go to the criminal court. You're going to the Supreme Court in your county. And if you take a look at this image again of the first page of your summons with notice, on the very top, you'll see it says Supreme Court of whichever county. Kings is Brooklyn, Queens is Queens, Bronx is Bronx, New York County is Manhattan, as I previously stated, Staten Island is Richmond County, and then Long Island has two counties, Suffolk and Nassau. You can file any day of the week, Monday through Friday, between 9 and 5. I'll encourage you that if you go early, you'll probably get out early. If you go on a Monday, it may be a little busy. If you go the day before a holiday, it'll be incredibly busy. If you go the day after a holiday, it may be a long line for you to stand on. But you definitely want to go sometime between 9 and 5, preferably in the middle of the day, but definitely before 4:30. Because if you get out at 5 o'clock, you don't want somebody walking into your job trying to get you to do some work at the last minute. The court clerks, as nice as they are no different. So you might want to go somewhere in the middle of the day, if not early in the morning. You know what? Why don't we get out of here? I'm going to show you. I can't take you into the court, but let me take you to Kings County. We'll stand right outside and we'll talk a little bit about it. Come on, let's go. So here we are. We're at 360 Adams Street. 360 Adams Street, and how did I get here? Personally, I walked. My office is nearby, but how can you get here is more importantly. Take a look at this. That's the Brooklyn Borough Hall train station, where you could take the 2, 3, 4, or 5 train to Borough Hall. As an alternate, you can take the A, C, or F train to J Street Metrotech, and it's a short walk away. Now, once you get here to 360 Adams Street, the Kings County Court, you would ask any one of the helpful guards or any one of the helpful clerks, where can I find the county clerk's office? You're going to be looking for the county clerk's office. That is exactly where you go to pay for your index number. And remember, an index number is your case number. Procedurally speaking, just to give you clear steps, the index number or the case number is what you need to begin your divorce, to begin your simple, fast, uncontested divorce. You would walk into this court, you would find the county clerk's office, and you would pay them their $210 in the form of a money order or cash. In New York County, you can pay them with your debit or credit card. Every court's slightly different in their payment methods, but you all know cash is king, so you can definitely pay them with cash or a money order, guaranteed. And you will get your index number. Once you're given your index number, you would write it here. Take a look. You would write it right here on the top right portion of your summons with notice. You would also write it on your affidavit of service. You would also write it on your affidavit of defendant. If there are kids involved, you would write it on the child support worksheet. And if there are kids or assets involved, you would also write that index number on the top right portion of your stipulation or your settlement agreement. But the main point is you need to file your summons with notice. That is step one to begin your simple uncontested divorce. Once your paperwork is completed, once you completed your summons with notice or you have it completed by a professional, then you can save a lot of money instead of paying an attorney or any other service to take it down to the court yourself. Learn a little bit about the court process and pay that $210 for your case number. And then you'll have achieved something great. You'll achieve the very first step in doing what? Getting an uncontested divorce. That's how you file your summons with notice in the court, whether it be here in Manhattan, in Queens, the Bronx, Staten Island, Long Island, or anywhere else in all of New York State. It all begins with filing your summons with notice, and you pay $210 for it and get a case number. That's pretty much it. So we're back. This is important for you to know. It's important that you know that the information that we shared with you applies to each and every court in the 5 boroughs and even upstate. But some may be a little different based on the culture and the procedure of that court. But ultimately, if you have the filing fee, if you have the properly prepared summons, they'll file it and you'll get a case number, an index number in other words, and then you can move forward to the next step that we'll describe in the next video. How do I get my spouse the paperwork so I can move forward? Which means how do you get the paperwork to them for them to sign? Or if they won't sign, what can you do if your spouse won't sign? In other words, how to get your spouse served. Making the decision should be the hardest part. Moving forward and getting the paperwork done should be affordable, it should be quick, and it should move at the pace that you can control. So, if you need some guidance, take a look at this website, oneshotdivorce.com, where we provide the fastest, most convenient, and affordable divorce that even attorneys use us for our divorce services. So why not you? Also, you can come to one of our divorce focus groups that takes place 3 times a week at convenient times where you sit in a group and you get the 4 steps that come to getting a fast, convenient, and affordable divorce. Or you can consult with us one-on-one if you choose. But take a look at the contact below, and we appreciate you checking us out. And also subscribe and share this information with someone you think may be of need in terms of getting a fast, affordable, and convenient and properly done uncontested divorce so you can move forward with your life, because the best in your life is yet to come. Thank you.